Hello ladies and genitals, welcome back to my daily motion channel. It's literally 7,000 degrees in my bedroom and I want to kill myself. No, I don't. If you don't know, I have a second channel. Go follow it. Today we're going to talk about dark psychology tricks you can use to manipulate people. If you're watching this video, chances are you're a really bad person. I'm joking. But I will say that if you use these tricks, use them with caution, because I don't believe high quality people need to do this stuff. And also, if your victim, your target, is a high quality person, chances are this also won't work on them. And you'll see what I'm talking about soon. Another point I want to add is that if you want to get good at manipulating people, you can't just read a book like The 48 Laws of Power or watch a video like this. You have to understand human psychology. The best way, in my opinion, to understand human psychology, and this is also coming from a graduate of psychology. I'm a motherfucking city. Hi sisters! You need to understand yourself. If you are able to understand why you react a particular way, what's going on in your brain when you get addicted, when someone does something to you, you will understand why other people also react in that way. Also, use what I'm saying to not get manipulated, basically. A lot of these things also, people may not be doing it consciously, it's just maybe they're toxic, so then you can leave when they do these things. The easiest way to not get manipulated by people is to have a life. Have friends, maybe get a therapist, have good mental health, and don't be isolated. The people who are most susceptible to being manipulated are those who are vulnerable, isolated, and don't have any friends. This is how you can manipulate someone to getting addicted to you. Be very unpredictable. So if you have them on like an intermittent reinforcement schedule, this will always make someone addicted to you. And I'll give you an example. Text messaging. You're replying to them consistently every couple of minutes, and then suddenly, out of the blue, you're gone for 8 hours. That adds an air of unpredictability, and it really fucks with someone's dopamine, and that makes them addicted to you. Second of all, hot and cold. Hot and cold, you have to be careful because it usually establishes a trauma bond. And trauma bonds are addictive and they're not fun, but they will be obsessed with you. So what is an example of hot and cold? One day someone is showing you a bunch of love, the next day they switch up. You don't know when they're going to be hot again. And also what happens now is you start to crave their validation. You want them to be hot towards you again. You don't want them to be cold. So if it's constantly on and off, on and off, on and off, it's going to make you crave that dopamine again. And when you get it, you'll get addicted. And then the cycle repeats. Be the source of pain and pleasure. This is also, tying into the unpredictability. At the beginning of the relationship, you can just give them a lot of pleasure, then it turns into pain, then pleasure, then pain. You're going to crave the pleasure again. Do you guys see the trend? It's all about being unpredictable. Unpredictability fucks with your dopamine. And why won't this work on people who are high quality or self-aware? Because even though the same psychological process is happening in your brain, you will consciously be able to say, I don't want to mess with this, like I know what's happening right now. And that's why it won't work. But it will work on majority of people, because in my opinion, majority of people in this day and age don't have a lot of self-worth. So use that how you will. Affirm someone's shadow self. Find out their fears, their weakest links, their biggest dreams, the things they are ashamed of, and affirm it to them. You support them, you believe them, you love them, you fully accept them. This works on everyone because everybody has a shadow self. And it's not even difficult to find out someone's shadow self. You just have to listen to what they're saying. This will always work, even if someone has self-worth, because it's not really entirely manipulative, like maybe you're just a supportive person. But this will especially work on someone that is isolated. Because if you're isolated, you really have no one supporting you. And that's why people who are alone are always targeted. And that's also why narcissists will purposely isolate you from your family and your friends, because it will make you more vulnerable. Make others crave your approval. You can do this in a number of ways. So the first way is tying into what we first talked about, unpredictability. You can affirm everything they're doing, love it, then one day switch up, and then quickly switch back. Suddenly, they don't know when they're going to get your approval. Secondly, you can do it by putting yourself on a pedestal and just diminishing their self-worth. All of their accomplishments or of their achievements put them down, belittle them. You don't even have to do it explicitly. Just seem very unimpressed by it. And it makes people work harder. Another manipulation tactic is making someone feel special. So if you want to do a favor for them, or they ask you to do something, you have to make it seem really special, like, oh, I usually don't do these things, but like, I'm gonna do it for you. Or through affirming their shadow self, you make them feel special. There's so many ways to do it, and I hope by now you can see that all of these tactics link together. But if you are able to make someone feel special about themselves, you will always have some level of control over them, because they will always want to feel special. And they will always want to be seen in a positive light in your eyes now. So they will fight for your validation, and they will always fight to be on your good side, because they don't want that feeling to go away. Disqualify someone's crown jewel. If they're rich, disqualify it. If they love their job, disqualify it. They love their kids, kill them. What? I'm joking. Once you take away something that someone identifies themselves with, a lot of rich people, they're all about their money. Money is who they are. You take it away, who are they? You disqualify it, you have control over them. They will work harder to please you now. That's why I noticed guys will never compliment hot girls. And it's not because they think the girl knows they're hot already. It's because they don't want to give her that validation, because then she has more power. And what did I say in one of my other videos? The person with the power is the one that's acknowledging the beauty. If it's not acknowledged, does the beauty even exist? Another one you can do is disqualifying someone's enemies. So just be on their side basically, and then switch up if you want to. A lot of cults use this. It's a very like us versus them mentality. One of my favorite tactics is just being silent. Silence is a great manipulation tactic. Another dark psychology one is what narcissists do a lot, and it's love bomb. They're just throwing affection at you, they're obsessed with you, it makes you feel good, and then they stop. And what happens when they stop? You're like, where did this go? What happened? You blame yourself. You're obsessed with them. Ties back to point one, the whole dopamine thing. That's why you have to know these tactics, because the moment someone starts love bombing me, I'm out of there. I kind of enjoy it, you know, but I'm out of there. If you want to manipulate someone into being vulnerable with you, you talk about personal things regarding yourself. It doesn't even have to be real. You can make up a sob story. And I noticed a lot of guys do this to get the girl to feel bad for them and to open up and connect. Because when you're emotionally vulnerable, that is when you're bonding more to other people. Okay guys, that's it. I really can't speak clearly right now, and I'm falling all over the place because it's so hot. My ring light is so damn bright. I can't focus. But anyways, remember, these tactics will always work. Everyone has the same psychological processes, but it won't work on someone that knows themselves well or has high self-worth, because they will have enough self-control to step away from you when you start doing these things. And if you want to know how to really implement it successfully, then you have to get to know yourself. And through getting to know yourself, you will get to know others and human behavior. Like genuinely, anytime someone does something to me, I have to analyze it. Why did I react this way? Why did I get attached, even though I don't like them? What made me feel this way? And then I come up with my own theories, then I read on psychological theories, then I journal about it, and now that is my knowledge. It's a part of me. Use these carefully, at your will. And if you're a guy watching this and you follow me on Instagram and you're trying to hit me up and you use my tactics on me, it's not gonna work. Ich liebe dich. Tschüss.